Going live.
Even flow.
Yeah,
Sucks my balls.
dude,
Oh,
they
and
fucking
he don't know.
are the worst. Is
Oh,
that the Eddie Vedder band?
We chase the
Yes.
viewers
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, the Eddie Vedder band. They're bad. They're very bad. The
Oh
worst.
my, oh me, my. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Such Good Shoot is proud to bring to you the podcast about anything and everything in the world of wrestling and beyond. We have Shane. We have Isaac.
Oh, hi. I like Bed Bath and Beyond.
We have Dozer. And we're going to talk about wrestling. And maybe even some wrestling. And probably some drama going on in AEW's locker room because they have a lot of people pissed off and that want to leave. And TK has to live up to his word and see if he'll actually let them leave. Or is he going to be a hypocrite? We'll see.
Dude, what is going on over there, man? They need somebody who can actually run that shit. I'm sorry. It has become so.
Did you guys see the person that just had the higher HR?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I saw that. I was like immediately sharing that because it's just like, yeah, exactly. Anybody who's in charge, any adult in the room who's not a wrestling mark, who understands the business,
No.
and who can like maybe like be smart enough to keep certain guys away from other certain guys. And yeah, Andrade probably is trying to get fired. That's probably a good
Absolutely.
call.
Yeah,
But like
100%.
you would think that like there's somebody there who's smart enough to be like, maybe you should keep these guys apart.
Hey, somebody out there who's had the time to like look over the Twitters. Didn't Tony like at the start of all this say WWE's a bunch of jerks for not letting people go who clearly want to be let go? And
Yeah,
Tony, put up or shut up.
I
They don't want to be there.
And that's the least of the worries, honestly. Is, I mean, I think the biggest problem is like the fact that it's like really clear that there are bigger issues in the locker room than just guys who are stuck there. That there's something else that's going on behind the scenes, because even like guys like Cody Rhodes who are allowed to leave, like, right, like
He wasn't allowed to leave. His contract expired.
Yeah, but he also just sort of like stopped showing up.
No. I mean, he wrestled for a couple weeks after his contract ran out.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, like there's a lot of guys who didn't like, but he could have easily resigned. He could have easily stayed there. There's a lot of guys who obviously are not content with the way things are done there. And there's definitely is an issue. I mean, with the CM Punk stuff, like they have executive vice presidents fighting people. Like it's crazy. It's crazy to have a business this big run this poorly. And it's not a good sign for them for their future unless they can get someone in there who is, the fucking Triple H or the fucking Nick Khan or whatever, who can.
Do they need that? Or do they need an Undertaker? Do they need a dedicated, hardcore, can actually smash your fucking teeth in locker room leader?
No, they can't do. You can't do that.
I mean, like he's old, but I would think Jericho would step into that role because he's like well known for not backing down.
I think he's tried, and I think since you have so many indie-rific guys that aren't used to like a constant, stable locker room of the same people.
I mean, I think that's it. I think what the thing is that there's so many of these guys who don't give a shit about, like, I mean, how many of these older guys who've come in, who have a shit ton of experience, come in and then end up leaving being like, yeah, no one wants to take your advice. No one wants to listen to anyone. Everyone thinks they know everything. right? So I don't think it's a question of having an older guy, because I think if you have an older Undertaker guy, like type guy, they just look at him as another old fart. Who? Why would I listen to you?
Well, and
What they need is
but
someone
you're
who's like,
also just making assumptions about like
yes,
well, yeah, that's what we do, right?
Mhm.
That's all we do. But what I'm saying is, like, the assumptions they're making are based off of comments from people who have left, who have said that most of the people don't want to take it. Even Daniel Bryan's come out and said it. William Regal's come out and said it, right?
and
Like
William
all these,
Regal's
yeah.
change.
So if you're not willing to sit and listen to William Regal, like, who are you going to listen to?
You have to operate here with the ADHD mind for a second. As you brought up William Regal, my mind went to NXT, went to Tough Enough, and we have to take a moment, raise a glass, and toast Sarah Lee, Tough Enough winner who has sadly departed us at the age of 30.
Jesus Christ, man.
Sorry, we don't do fancy run sheets. The host has ADHD and shit comes up when it comes up. You deal with it. But
It's the first time I've drank vodka in like 16 years.
oh,
yeah, that's horrible, man.
No, it's really, I mean, yeah, it's not horrible that I drank it. It was delicious. But the reason I didn't drink it is because I got really sick one time drinking too much. But I don't really have to worry about that. And my tequila has not thawed yet. So, but the blueberry lemon mint vodka is fucking exceptional.
now back to the original topic we were discussing here.
AEW.
Another angle I will propose that I could see being an issue. I do not know if this is an issue. I have no inside sources. All I have is a white rabbit. But my guess is, yes, you have somebody like Jericho who's trying to be the locker room leader, who wants to lead everybody. And then you have people like Omega and the Bucks who think they're the locker room leaders because they started it and want to be the locker room leaders. And half the locker room listens to them and half the locker room listens to Jericho. And you're just creating tribalism.
Which is why I go back to my original point, which is I don't think it's an issue of just because ultimately, if you want a company to succeed long term, you can't just be one of the boys in the back who is that guy who can bring everyone together, because at some point he's going to get injured, at some point he's going to retire, and at some point, shit's going to happen. And you're sort of back where you started. What you really need is to create the culture in your business, right? Top down, where this shit just isn't acceptable. Like, there comes a point where, like, you literally, like, you can't be fucking getting into fist fights every week. Some, like, people behind, like, in the back, for real. It's just crazy.
I'm going to stop here for a second and just ask all of you a simple question. Shane, can you go out and call your coworkers complete assholes on Twitter and expect to get by A-OK?
No.
Isaac.
I would probably get fired ultimately if I started calling out coworkers on Twitter like that. Yeah.
I am well aware.
I wouldn't get assaulted because I work with, like, just the sweetest people.
Well, no, but I'm just saying.
But I would definitely have
corporate culture wouldn't tolerate it.
Yeah, I might get sat down first, but I would probably.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if I would get insta fired, but I would definitely
you
have
wouldn't get away with it.
Yeah, have a stern talking to.
No, it would not be a good idea.
I know my company has like one of those Google search bots that anytime my name comes up in something, it sends it to them.
Oh no!
Oh no! My boss has watched before. That's not a concern.
Okay, good. Jesus Christ! I'm like, I'm ruining this life.
No, it's more to make sure I am not giving financial advice.
Yes, don't do that. Which
I
have
stated,
from
I am
time
not
to time.
licensed, so I can't. But work at a finance company. I legally can't give it.
I've got something else. I'm sorry, we are going a little ADHD today. But we got one other thing of housekeeping to take care of, and I think we all know what that is. Mr. Dozer, happy
It's your
motherfucking
birthday.
birthday. Arf, arf, arf.
Thank you.
Cheers, man. Gargle, gargle, gargle.
Man, that's just like my worst nightmare there. That's horrible.
Mm.
That's
Gargling 110 proof whiskey.
Yeah.
All
Hey.
right. So we had a couple other little things we wanted to talk about, right? You had saying you brought up Shane or saying about a booking idea or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I just
hot. You had a hot prediction. You said.
yeah. I've got a hot prediction.
Okay.
And that's about we're coming up on Royal Rumble season here. Where we're not quite there, but we're getting there. And I think my prediction to win the men's Royal Rumble is going to be Johnny Gargano.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that Triple H will book him wire to wire and try to give him the Rey Mysterio-esque, ascent up the
God,
card,
dude, that would
even
be
as a
dope.
little man.
That'd be a good one.
I dig it.
I still
I-
think if Cody Rhodes comes back, he wins.
See,
But
the thing is I think Cody has like a high profile match at the Royal Rumble. Like he could be challenging Roman for the belts. You know what I mean at the Rumble.
Yeah, he could be.
It all.
But I don't see him winning at the Rumble, right?
Well, I don't either. But again,
although he could end up winning, and then that frees up Roman to actually face The Rock without having to put the belts on the line for somebody who obviously can't be a WWE champion.
It all
I mean,
depends on if they split the belts or not, or what they do. There's 1,000,001 plans to get to there.
Well, my idea was a good one, but I'm gonna sneeze, so I'm gonna mute myself for a second so you guys talk.
Well, while he
But-
mutes himself, you talk. Gesundheit.
Oh man, he's just going over there. Look at him.
He kind of looks like Pete Davidson when he sneezes.
Yeah, sorta. So this company Zobi, just thinking about Pete Davidson, they specialize in like celebrity autographs, and all sorts of things like that. Signed Funko Pops, 8x10s, yada yada. I get emails from them because I buy wrestling stuff from them every once in a while. And they emailed me. They have signed 8x10 prints of the text messages Pete Davidson sent Kanye and the picture of him laying in Kim's bed, and it's autographed by Pete Davidson.
That's dope. That's dope. I'll drink to that. That's fucking great. So I had an idea for WrestleMania. It wouldn't be this year, it'd be next year. I think to really make it work is that at some point you split the titles at Mania, you bring Brock Lesnar back. I know you already hate this, Shane. You hate this whole thing so much, but ultimately I think the payoff is worth it because ultimately Brock Lesnar is still the number one guy in WWF. He's the number one guy to beat. If you actually,
well, good WWE. Why is he in the World Wildlife Foundation?
Whatever, WWE. He's the number one guy. He is. He's still the most believable guy. He's still the toughest motherfucker. He's still the one guy who could beat everybody's ass in all the professional.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Roman is actively the number one guy.
Actively, but I think in the eyes of people outside of I think Lesnar is still the biggest draw in pro wrestling. Honestly, I do, especially outside of like just the hardcore fans, people who don't pay as much attention. So you give him the WWE Championship, you give Reigns the World Heavyweight Championship or whatever. You have him carry it, and you give fucking Gunther at WrestleMania in Philly. You give him the Chris Jericho treatment. You have him start a night where he starts off and he wins the fucking belt from Lesnar, shocking everybody, right? Because Lesnar never loses, and he fucking loses belt, shocks everyone, goes into the Reigns match as either like, a planned thing, or I think even better that like Reigns has dominated everybody in the industry. He's beaten everybody in WWE. There's no one left, yada yada. And he does an open challenge at Mania as the main event. Out comes fucking Gunther again with his belt and fucking goes, and they put on a match, put on another long match and really fucking sell it and have him go over again and establish Gunther as the next big fucking star of the business, because he is. I don't see
Absolutely.
anybody with more fucking potential right now in the long term than him. He's a monster. He's absolutely the best. Just so good in every way.
We'll
He
have to
doesn't
see
have
if
to
he
do
ever gets
much.
there. I still don't know if I'd buy into him ever becoming heavyweight champion, even with Triple H at the helm.
Yeah. But he deserves it, doesn't he?
I mean, I don't know about deserves it. I think that
If you look at him as like a character, like I don't
sure. I
know,
mean,
he seems
and I,
like the perfect fit.
yeah, I mean, maybe, but again, we have to, he has to get out of this Sheamus feud and then start moving a little.
Well, he's already got one of the very few WWE 5-star matches.
Sure.
Look, you're making predictions for 2 years down the road. Shane's making good predictions. Y'all, you both have already heard my prediction, but now I'm going to put it out to the world because this is going to fucking happen. And WrestleMania this year, you are getting Logan Paul versus Bad Bunny in some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
There's too much real world drama between these two going on
What
that
if
somebody isn't going to sit there and go, "Oh man, we gotta make money off of this."
Logan
what if
started
Logan Paul
talking
and
shit,
Bad
right?
Bunny get into a physical altercation backstage at WrestleMania?
I don't think they would. Mostly because there's one thing WWE's smart enough about.
Yeah, they would
They'll
put
keep them separated.
Yeah, they'll put them on opposite sides of the fucking stadium, bro.
They can keep the fucking Hardy Boys hidden from the whole arena.
Yeah, I think ultimately, if they want to keep people separate, they can. I mean, it's not like Brock Lesnar ever sees anybody when he's a backstage.
And you tell me to WrestleMania,
Goldberg.
Logan Paul and Bad Bunny both aren't rolling up in their own buses.
Yeah, and also, let's be honest, it wouldn't be too hard for a few of those guys in the back to keep those two apart.
I mean,
Logan Paul could actually be a problem.
But
yeah,
he's more of a boxer than a mixed
Yes.
martial artist, right? Yeah, I have a pretty good feeling that most of the boys in the back could drop him pretty fucking quick and subdue him, even as a boxer. I mean that's the thing about watching UFC is like the guys with the who can grapple are way better than the guys who can box.
Okay.
I mean, not necessarily, but like wrestling is like the one X factor, like for sure.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing is like if you can get to somebody like, and it's different if you're talking like Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying? Because like, yeah, obviously like there's guys who are just on another level with that shit, but I mean, I would pay to see Mike Tyson fight Brock Lesnar in an MMA fight. I would love that. That would be great just to see what would happen.
No.
I mean, no, because if Lesnar got a hold of him, he's dead.
And Tyson just wants to smoke weed every
him,
day.
But Tyson's, I'm just saying, like, if you get both those guys in their prime trained for an MMA fight, that would be fun. That'd be a fun match.
So, hypothetical here.
Hypotheticals. That's what we're doing.
For both companies, WWE and AEW, you have a match where you think somebody's not going to do the business right. Who from the current roster do you have standing in Gorilla ready to go out and make it right? Who is the Undertaker for this?
In AEW, I would say William Regal is probably there. Oh, wait, no. Big Show or Mark Henry?
Maybe Big Show. I would say 100% Big Show.
It's like you get one of those in the chest. In WWE.
I mean, Joser, are you talking about context, like in context as far as like giving them a talking to or beating their ass?
Like beating their ass, potentially having to go out to the ring and fix whatever just happened. Like this person's going into business for themselves, make it right.
It would be either. I'd honestly, I think Regal or Big Show. Big Show because he can like slap someone, but Regal because he could just get you down and probably hold you down. In WWF, that's actually more difficult in WWF.
What are you on WWF for?
I don't know, because fucking I'm still in 1998 right now, bro.
I have the
WWE. Answer. Who do you say for WWE? I need to think about it more.
Gunther.
No, the real answer is Matt Riddle. I mean, if you're going to have somebody beat somebody up,
Honestly, I think it's right now. I think the only real answer is Roman Reigns. Not only and not to take anything away from Gunther or Riddle's ability, right? But it's more about the respect in the locker room than just being able to whoop ass. I think it's a combination of both. I don't think Riddle has the respect backstage that someone like Reigns does. And I don't think Gunther has earned it yet in the same way that Reigns has. Just because he's so young there. And Reigns is such a big fucking dominant motherfucker that he could, if he wanted to, easily slap someone around. Maybe with Paul Heyman yelling at you while he does it. I don't know. That'd be fun, right? I don't know. That's my answer is fucking Roman because tribal chief. And then there was a backup. You have Triple H there, but he's a boss. He can't really hit people anymore.
So one more prediction. We have Extreme Rules coming up this Saturday, and all reports lead to whatever the White Rabbit deal going on being revealed there. Yes, exactly, the White Rabbit.
Oh wow!
What's I mean, is there any answer other than Bray?
At this point, it's the only other one would be what, Alistair?
No.
Yeah, I mean,
They've hinted at a lot of
Alistair's
different people.
Alistair's still contracted in AEW.
He says he was not released.
Yeah, no, and I mean, and he said that he never wanted to be released. But yeah, I mean, it could just be Edge coming back again. They love to give Edge.
No, Edge hasn't gone anywhere.
I mean, they could give him a return. He is the White Rabbit. But yeah, it's gonna be Bray, isn't it?
What was Adam Rose's old gimmick?
Adam Rose.
Yeah, what was his gimmick in NXT? The badass fucking.
No, it was still just Adam Rose.
No, or early before he was Adam Rose. What was his
name? Leo Kruger.
Leo Kruger, yeah. Let it be Leo Kruger.
It's not gonna be Leo Kruger.
No, it's not. But dude, you've seen how jacked he is now, right?
Yeah, he's huge.
If you're gonna get Wyatt and the Wyatt Six, who are the six?
I don't know. Alexa Bliss, probably. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I can't count that high. What's the Sheik of the Week?
We've moved well past Sheik of the Week. We've moved past it already.
Okay. You got Bray. You got Alexa.
Uh-huh. You got Braun.
I don't Braun in there.
Yeah, I don't think they do that. I think they want to.
I'm going Carrion.
Yes.
I'm going Loomis.
Uh-huh.
But I'm still too short. Oh, sorry. I know. Scarlett. If we're doing Carrion, we're going to get Scarlett.
Does she count? I was going to say you could always go with the what's her name and Dominic.
No, because then you're breaking up the fucking Judgment Day, which is actually good. And there have been talks that one of them will be the Demon Finn Balor.
That would be sweet. I would love to see that.
It could lead to a funny thing where you have Finn Balor leads the Judgment Day.
It would be sweet.
The Demon is fucking the Wyatt Six. Like,
but it could always be just like they could always just incorporate the two. The Wyatt Six is,
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm trying to be realistic here. Talk modern wrestling, because I don't want to talk about Spring Stampede.
Oh man, I'll tell you who the 6-man would be. It's gonna be Butch.
It's gonna. Who was the guy at? Who was it that came out at the very end? Was that Butch with Hogan at the very end of Spring Stampede? Last shot of the pay-per-view was Hogan coming out.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about
Butch is Pete Dunne. Like,
yeah, I'm talking about Pete Dunne.
Oh, I don't know, dude. I was.
Was Butch alive for this?
I thought there's probably other Butches. Anyway, no, who the fuck was the guy at the end of fucking Spring Stampede that came out with Hogan and just pointing while Hogan's like, "That's my belt, man," and the guy's just like, "Randy Savage." And he just pointed. I don't know who it was, but it was
I don't
fucking
remember.
hilarious. Well, anyway, he's a big Butch boy.
We'll assume Bill DeMott till proven
It
otherwise.
was definitely not Bill DeMott.
Do we have any other things to talk about other than this pay-per-view?
No, I think it's time for the pay-per-view.
Oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to our main event of the evening, brought to you by Castro GTX.
Oh, I use Castrol GTX Edge and high mileage in my Audi, and I tell you what, that fucking thing drinks a quart every 500 miles.
That's what you get for buying German.
No, that's what I get for buying anything, Subarus and fucking Audis. At least I don't have a Jeep Grand Super.
Oh,
you don't have a Wagoneer?
The Wagoneer, God, dude, that might be one of my favorite things right now. And I don't mean to change the subject, but watching Joe Fods like lose his mind as his $100,000 like 3-week-old Wagoneer falls apart in front of his eyes is kind of the best thing I've ever seen. It's so fitting and so good. He's like brought it back like 100 times. Like the seat broke the first time, like the back seat like broke the first time he used it.
The windshield's been warped 4 times.
Yeah, it's like it'll just stop work. Oh no, that was the loaner car would just stop working.
Yeah, dude. The guy that came out with Hogan was fucking the Disciple, man. Do you know who the Disciple is?
No.
That's Brutus Beefcake.
God, he looked like he did not. Yeah, he looked way different. He was terrible.
Yeah.
What a joke.
The Disciple.
What a joke. So funny. That was like, I was just laughing so hard because Hogan was like, "That's my belt, brother. What's going on, man? That's my belt. He's got my belt." And then then Beefcake just points. He goes, "Randy Savage."
Those are what are the analytics on this show?
There are 10 matches. They all suck. There's 7,400 people in this arena in the Denver Coliseum.
7,000? That was it?
Here's the thing that I have noticed watching these. Even though WCW was like the main competition for WWE at the time, they did not book buildings nearly as big as WWF.
They gave away tickets. They didn't sell tickets to most of their shit, right? Like they sold tickets. They sold tickets to pay-per-views, but I don't think they sold tickets to like Monday Night Nitro.
No, they
I'm
definitely.
Pretty sure they
did.
I thought they gave away a lot of. I thought like that was like a whole way to get it packed, is they would like give most of their tickets away for those shows, for the TV shows to make them look full. But I could be crazy about that. But I'm pretty sure there was a while where they just gave away all their tickets.
Well, regardless, this pay-per-view starts off with the wonderful match with the totally unpredictable, wild ending between Goldberg and Saturn.
Man, Saturn's looking rough as hell in this one. Just visually. Saturn did not appearance wise, he looked pretty bad, man.
He looked bad. The guy in the stable of druggies looked bad? No, never. I can't imagine why.
He didn't look as bad as Sick Boy.
Yeah, this was I mean, it wasn't a terrible match, honestly.
I mean, it was pretty bad, but it was one of the better Goldberg matches.
That was the thing, is like I was expecting it to be so fast, but like Perry Saturn is like a very good wrestler and was still a very good wrestler at this point. And he got an actual match out of Goldberg. I mean, I feel like there was one botch in there. I don't remember what it was. There's a pretty big botch.
He tried to do the springboard moonsault and just failed and then missed.
Yeah. But I mean, for the most part, like Goldberg did a few things that I'd never seen Goldberg do. Yeah, I mean it was a Goldberg match, but it's in the top 5% of all Goldberg matches all time. You know what I mean? It's like, there's 3 of them probably, but
Yeah.
there's that Goldberg and Lesnar match that was actually really good, where like Lesnar or Goldberg went to spear Lesnar and Lesnar leapfrogged him out of the spear, and like there was a couple other spots. That was a good match. There was his Goldberg's match with
He was in the Elimination Chamber one time. That was pretty good.
okay, we got maybe 4. I was thinking more like singles matches because he had the one with Regal where Regal worked the shit out of him, which
Yeah, but
was
that wasn't a
great.
good match. That was just
was-
Regal beating his ass.
Yeah, but it was great. It was fucking awesome. You loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, this match, it was definitely passable. I liked how commentary made it a point to talk about how long it was going. Because Dozer, how long was it? Like close to 10?
Hold on. 8 minutes, 10 seconds.
Yeah, I mean that's close to 10 for Goldberg, really, at all times. Yeah, I don't know, but it was still pretty bad, man. Goldberg just sucks. Yeah, I don't know. It was like a 1.5.
Okay. Isaac, what'd you think of it?
I liked it more than that, honestly. I mean, just considering the fact that it was a Goldberg match that wasn't a squash match immediately, that there was some contest where he looked more than a just like 3-move fucking wrestler. It was entertaining. It was 2 stars. I liked it. Even if it was Goldberg.
It was Goldberg. It didn't hold my attention. I gave 2 shits about the match.
Ooh, that's a good rating. 2 shits.
1 star.
Yeah, 2 shits out of 5.
Yeah, I liked it. I had fun.
And now, so we have a 1, a 2, and a 1.5, and one of us has to drink. Somebody agreed with Meltzer.
It's gonna be
Shane!
Yes. Man, it's a good
Well,
thing.
you pointed to me, but
I take a big old chug of this water.
Hmm.
Look, if I point right here on my screen, that is Shane.
Yeah, no, that's Isaac.
Fuck! Well, that brings us to our next wonderful match of the evening, where we have... God damn it, I lost it. Hold on. Here we go. Chavo de Guerrero versus Ultimo Dragon.
This was fun. I mean, and Eddie who got all involved in this, like Eddie was on the outside and he was doing Eddie's shtick about trying to get him to cheat and cheat to win, and Chavo is not going to cheat to win. And what do I gotta do? What do I gotta do? What do you? It was fun. I mean, anything involving Eddie is instantly like 1 star added to it because of how entertaining he is all by himself. Commentary did a great job of playing up Eddie. Great commentary team, by the way. I don't know if we talked about that much, but they were awesome. It was a really good booth. But yeah, I mean the match itself was fine. It wasn't like the best work, but it was pretty high paced and fun, and Chavo's a good worker and fucking, but yeah, Eddie was still the star of this match in my book. And he didn't even wrestle, he didn't do shit, but he's still the man. I fucking love Eddie.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was good. I feel like it should have been better.
Yes.
Eddie was too much of the match was focused on Eddie. Like it works fine because of him as a performer, but like the camera was on him so much. And the match itself was solid, but really nothing to write home about. You could tell that they weren't going, very hard because the story was, Eddie's being hard on Chavo.
Yeah.
I liked the finish, how he countered and then got him into a dragon sleeper. My favorite portion of the match is like there's nothing happening to Chavo. He's just like in like a rear naked choke, and Eddie just looks at the camera and goes, "Mom, I'm trying." Just
He's so good, dude. He's so fucking good. Yeah, I want to go 2.25 on this one. I think it was, or maybe I'll go 2.5 because like Eddie, like I said, Eddie really sold it, but there was some good shit. The finish was fun. And like it felt like there was an actual story on at least on one side of it about it. So yeah, which is something for WCW, an actual like story that made a little sense.
yeah, I like it enough for a solid 2, but it's like a good 2. It's not a
Yeah.
this sucked 2. It's just a yeah.
Well, I had already given the last one a 2, so I couldn't go at that same
Yeah.
score, and I had to go higher. So
All things considered, it was straight up average. So it gets a 2.5.
fuck. So I'm drinking with you.
But I can assure you, none of us have to drink with Meltzer. Do you think Meltzer rated this higher or lower than us?
Way higher.
I'm gonna say lower because Dozer asked about it.
No, he rated it higher. This was a 4-star match, everybody.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, way higher. This is his. He loves these guys. This is his wheelhouse. I get it.
Next, we have Booker T versus Name Redacted.
God damn, this was a great match.
Yeah, this is solid. I was thinking about it while watching this. It's funny how intertwined their careers would be literally for the rest of obviously Benoit's career. I mean, 'cause remember they went to WWE and then they had that best of 7 tournament where Benoit tries to do the suicide dive, way over commits, misses, and then just crashes into the announce table.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah, this was super solid.
They put on another great match.
Yeah,
This
They
was
had
the
that-
longest match of the evening.
They
And
had that
it
that
felt it.
they had that false finish or whatever, or not the false finish, but what they knocked out the referee or whatever, and
yeah. Chris Benoit may have pulled him in, may have not, and then there was the Booker T might have tapped out, but
yeah, he tapped,
Yeah.
he tapped, but
I
yeah,
mean,
it was decently
sucks
done, and then
it
yeah,
sucks
you wish
because that match deserved an actual finish, but it's WCW, so you're not getting that.
Brody, trust me, man. Ultimately, you don't want to claim this fucking guy, okay? You don't want to claim Benoit.
Yeah, no,
Even
no.
if he is I think he's Canadian. He's Canadian, so
He is Canadian,
pre-Cajun. But yeah, you wouldn't want to claim him even if he was. I promise.
I don't know.
There goes Isaac.
Am I frozen? Am I gone?
Oh, I can hear you now. Nope, you're back.
Okay, good. Okay, we're all here. I heard you, and I
Hey.
was like, "What?" I see y'all there. I see you looking.
No, it wasn't my favorite match of the evening.
No, but it was definitely a good one.
There's my answer.
There's your answer. Is that a 2.5 too?
I don't know. Figure it the fuck out.
That's a 2.5. That's half. That's literally half. So
Yeah.
2.5. I'm going. I like this one. This is probably so far the match of the night so far for me. And 2.75, 2.75.
I'm gonna put it all the way up to a 3.
Look at you, man. I appreciate your generosity.
Well, does one of us have to drink? That is the question. No, none of us have to drink. Meltzer gave it 3.5 stars. This next match, we have 2 absolute legends of the business putting on one absolute dog shit of a match. As we have Kurt Hennig taking on Davey Boy Smith.
Yeah, this was just a fuckered mess.
I still smell it.
I don't
I think
even.
Isaac is frozen again.
Am I? I'm here. I just keep seeing it flash a little, but I don't. Do you hear me?
We
Yeah,
hear you,
I
so
can
you're
hear you.
fine.
Great. I don't remember this match at all. Legitimately, I don't remember this at all.
I remember
Well,
the entrances.
well, because the entire match, it's spent looking at Jim the Tank Abbott Neidhart and
yes, okay, that's
yeah,
why I don't
and
remember
Rick
it. Okay,
Rude.
thank you. Yeah, this match was so stupid. And the only thing that Shane still hates me. Oh, Shane, why do you hate Brody? But he
I don't
loves
hate
you,
Brody.
Brody. You know what? You know
When
what,
I was
Brody?
waving, I was waving to Brody.
You know what, Brody? Here at Such Good Shoot, we don't start shit, we finish it. We all love each other here. From the great green north of Vermont all the way down to the lush, verdant, I don't know, whatever Gulf things that you have in Louisiana.
I don't know, but
The
What's
Bayou.
down there? Yeah, the bayous and shit, dude. We love him. We love him. I love a bayou, and I love
around
you.
5 o'clock tomorrow, somebody needs to call in a bomb threat to maybe some chili joint in Columbus, so I could just steal somebody.
Yeah, if somebody wants to do that. I mean, no, I'm off tomorrow. I'm seeing fucking Iron Maiden tomorrow night.
Shut up.
Okay, well that's better than going to eat tacos at Ray's new place.
I mean,
I
maybe.
don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, I really
I've
want to eat
heard
tacos
really
at Ray's
good
new
things
place.
about Ray's food.
Um, but anyways, yeah, the match just stunk. I mean, it was so bad. It was
The
prime
only
WCW
booking
booking yourself into just absolute
nightmare.
hell. I mean, this was I
How
don't know.
do these two put on such a bad match?
I mean, Mr.
Well,
Perfect was kind of
that's
on the
how.
yeah. I mean, on the tail end of and the Maiden
Oh,
does absolutely rock.
hell yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, and then Virgil running in at the end, the
He didn't
ending
even,
where
yeah, that
Jim
whole thing
Neidhart,
with the
they don't have
cop.
any context, but he's just choking a cop to death like for laughably
Well,
long.
he didn't did now
He has
here's what the thing is, and I don't fully remember. I thought that Virgil came in with them and he was the one that handcuffed them. And then
no,
he was standing by ringside the whole time, but hiding, and everyone just ignored him. But I was paid so little attention to this match because it was so dumb that like I only really noticed when he was strangling him, and I
I
just thought
looked
he had
up and
been
I
there the
went,
whole
"Oh,
time.
there are cops on screen."
Yeah, so I thought was the one. Like I legitimately, because there was a cop down there who handcuffed them, and there was a black officer, and he handcuffed them at the beginning. I thought he was just standing near ringside the whole time, but just being like kind of discreet, and the camera didn't show him until like shit went down. Because he like
yeah,
when he
I'm
handed
not.
off the key, but I don't know. All I know is like that when they revealed it was Vincent, I was just started laughing.
Yeah, and then like
It
my
was a
thing
laugh.
is that he's so worried about choking Vincent to death that he just doesn't notice Rick Rude taking off his handcuff and then subsequently putting that handcuff onto the
Yeah, it
the
was
pole. Like, how
ridiculous.
do you not?
And and man, Rude man, oh, man, what a fucking it was crazy because like it was a couple weeks earlier he was on fucking Raw. And he's with DX, and now he's fucking doing this nonsense. Like, can you imagine like giving up on that fucking money train to go and do this bullshit?
Yeah,
Like
and then they made fun of.
DX, oh my god, made
But
so much money.
one, he didn't know that, and
No,
two, he
hindsight.
probably got to make a shit ton more for a little bit of time in WCW because they just paid him whatever the fuck they wanted.
Yeah, long term. Well, I guess he's not really long term, is he? Never mind.
Whoops.
Never mind. I was not okay.
Look,
Um,
long story short,
yeah,
this is my rating,
it was bad.
but
Half star.
I have implemented a new rule that any match involving Virgil interference loses half a star.
Oh God! So this is a negative half star from Dozer,
No, it
or is
was
this
half a
just zero? This
it
is
was
just
half a
zero.
star. Virgil interference 0.
Yeah, this is about as close to it as you can get. Yeah, as you could tell by the fact that all I remembered of this was the fact that Virgil was there. Even when Shane, like in our group chat, was like, I thought Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Who'd you think it was? Like a butcher?
Tank Abbott.
Cabby, yeah. And I was like, wait, Jim the Anvil Neidhart was on the fucking pay-per-view? And I literally just watched it like an hour earlier, and I was like, I don't know what this shit is. What are you talking about? Even when you brought up, like, what match was this? Did I watch the same show as you guys? Yeah, this is a fucking absolute quarter star match. It was fucking worthless. I give it the quarter star because of the Virgil interference. It gets that boost from me. That's the only part that made it memorable legitimately. Maybe Rick Rude in a suit. Like
The world rests on Shane's shoulders.
yeah.
Oh no, I gave it a half star.
Yeah, so we went half, quarter, 0.
Yeah.
Good.
And
I think that's fair. Meltzer loved this one. He gave it a whole 1 point something.
that's his rating.
What was it? 1?
No,
Oh, he didn't rate it.
no rating. Dud.
Dud. Nice. No, did not
No
rate.
rating.
Perfect. Yeah, he's just like, what is this shit? Yeah, I can't even.
So I think we can firmly say he got that one right.
Yeah, this is easily the worst match of the night. Easily. And there's some, and I mean, it's not like there was a lot of great shit after this, but this is as bad as it gets, honestly, which is pretty good for a WCW pay-per-view to not have the worst of it be at the end, to have that somewhere sandwiched in the middle.
Oh, I mean, the end was pretty bad, man.
But Jesus Christ, compared to this, though, I mean, the end was bad, but it was better than this by at least a quarter of a star.
So we have Chris, they won't let me play Pearl Jam Jericho, taking on Prince Iakoka.
And Jericho came in and he did his whole little kneeling down and his shit, and he wasn't quite as good at talking as he is obviously now, but he was still pretty fucking good and was getting
I mean, Jericho was hot at this point. They talked about it on commentary. He had just made Dean Malenko go home, and he's defending the belt against Prince Iaukea. He was full blown. I'm just a self-absorbed asshole, young Jericho. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was good. I don't know if it's just because I don't really look at Prince Iaukea and think champion, or
Is anybody?
I mean, somebody. He won a couple championships in
I look at Colin Delaney and go champion before Prince Iaukea.
Yeah, this match, I wanted to like it more than I did. It was still a really good match, but it's like, I think some of the best stuff was the teases of Jericho getting trying to get the Lion Tamer in. Like, that story was kind of interesting, and Jericho's was still really good. Did some great stuff, and like getting the Lion Tamer. The Lion Tamer is great, but I mean, those guys definitely put in a hell of a match. This is one of the longer matches of the night. I feel like like Jericho went for a while in this one. Obviously not the longest, but yeah, I don't know. It was a 3-star. It was better than average.
Not saying much.
Sure, I mean, but still, I mean, oh,
I am giving this match whatever rating this shitty cover is.
Whoa, say some of them 40 cents, huh?
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
It's a 2.5 from me.
Yeah. So Dozer gives it a
bad Pearl Jam cover.
Okay, so that's pretty low.
That's like a there maybe, so 2. 2 ain't bad. What'd Meltzer give it? Let's take a bet. What do you think Meltzer gave it? High or low? High or low?
Medium.
3 1/4.
Yeah, that's low high.
Okay, so this next match had balls on it, where we had Lex Luger and Rick Steiner taking on Buff Bagwell and Scott Steiner. And the reason I say it had balls is this match started off with Scott Steiner and a live microphone.
Yeah, and like it starts out with Buff and Scott trying to get out of the match because the whole story is Scott is afraid of Rick and he won't wrestle him or whatever else. So Buff Bagwell has like his hand taped up, and then they like do this thing where JJ Dillon takes 10 minutes to walk to the ring, and then they just for some reason have a physician at ringside that they they call on to check out Buff Bagwell's hand. And the orthopedic surgeon's like, I don't know what's happening.
Well, I love that the orthopedic surgeon was literally like right there when they needed him. Like,
Oh,
well,
yeah,
there's
no, I
actually an orthopedic surgeon here tonight, and
Yeah,
he's right there.
Yeah,
Thank
Isaac,
And then,
take it away. Tell us why you love this match, because I'm not sure.
I don't know, dude. I just was a little drunk and really high, and I love seeing beefy Steiner brothers hit each other.
They didn't really hit each other that much.
I like the fact that Lex Luger barely even entered the ring. Yeah, I don't know. I was just having so much fun watching them just big meaty fucking dudes bang into each other. I don't know what it was about this, but I was just in that zone where I'm giving it 3.5 stars, and I don't know why. I have no idea, but it's so far as my favorite match of the night. I have nothing to back that up, other than that I was fucked up to the point where I had so much fun watching it that's where I'm going, man. I can't unsay it. I can't undo it, man.
Oh,
That's
that's
why. But
I'll allow it.
I enjoyed it because of the fact that I was inebriated to a specific point where that allows me to enjoy things much more than I otherwise would. And yeah, I'm sticking with it. I'm never rewatching it, and it's never losing that luster. Not like Bad Blood '97.
Oops.
Here, I got one thing to say about that.
Oh, okay. What are we gonna say?
That was fucked. Oh, it wasn't that fucked. You know what I'm saying? I was getting changed. What's going on?
It wasn't
Accurate.
that fucked. It was a bit fucked.
You know, you know what episodes that it's from, right, Isaac?
Yeah, it's when they catch him jerking off.
Yeah. But
classic.
yeah, no.
Chef kiss.
I mean, this match wasn't the biggest disaster I've ever seen, but yeah, I mean, Buff Bagwell was the shits. Lex Luger was the shits. You know, the whole story of Scott running away from Rick, I guess, might have worked at the time, but watching it the way we do, it was not conducive to a very good match. For me, I just would have rather have seen the Steiners versus I don't know, anyone else.
Or
Yeah,
Steiner versus Steiner. Either
yeah,
way, I still loved it. Whatever.
I'm gonna give it a 1.75. It's not
Okay.
quite a 2.
Okay, I respect that. Dozer's gonna give it like a 1.5 or something.
Yeah, Dozer's giving it a half.
Dozer's in
Crackle.
his absolute wonderful rating zone.
1.5 with an extra 2 stars for giving Scott Steiner a live microphone.
3.5 stars?
Wow.
Absolutely.
That's what I gave it too.
Well, you guys are drinking again. Wow, the wheels are gonna fall off of this one.
I didn't even remember what he gave it.
That's what I gave it. Yeah.
What did Meltzer give it?
Uh-oh. Did we drink prematurely?
I
Because
mean, we
Meltzer
can
likes
always-
some fucked up shit.
Yeah, we can always drink again if we have to.
Oh, thank God. Meltzer gave it. Shane, what was your rating?
1.5.
You just missed it. 1.25.
Oh,
That brings us to goddamn it, gotta scroll over. Psychosis versus, I think, quite possibly my favorite WCW wrestler,
La Parka?
La Parka. Oh God, yes. You got to
I-
remember, half of my love of wrestling is the entrances, and La Parka dancing out with a chair. Fuck it, I love it. It's perfect. Give it to me every day.
WCW cracks me up, especially around this time, because they loved just randomly throwing matches on like big name pay-per-views, just like when the show goes live. Because this one, they're like, yeah, this was a special match that we put together an hour ago, and it's like, like
It's funny as we look modern and we go, 5 to 6 matches is like the perfect pay-per-view, and then you see WCW here pulling out a 10-match night.
yeah, no.
Give me one
mean,
second.
I don't
I'm gonna
know.
go yell at somebody.
Is someone fucking too loud in his house? What's going on? Is Nat
Yeah, I
like
don't know.
doing...
This is yeah, this is a little weird. Yeah, I don't know. The match was definitely a match. It wasn't particularly great. There were no stakes other than, I guess, some personal conflicts because La Parka was hitting Psychosis with a chair. Spring Stampede 98, Philip.
It is
Um,
a pay-per-view.
Spring Stampede 98.
yeah, I was just saying that this match was definitely a match. And there were no stakes, and it's not the best match either of these men will put on. And I don't know, La Parka did Psychosis did like the super flying headbutt dive. I love that.
I love Psychosis, but then I look at him and go, there was a time where you entered on a lawnmower.
Yes,
And
the Mexicools.
that was beyond racist. But I kind of found it funny.
I mean, Kerwin White. There was plenty of times when Chavo
Prime time.
and
Oh, God. Let's not talk about crime time.
Um,
Rest in peace, Shad.
yeah. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot to say about this one. It's a 2.5.
yeah, it's average. I don't know what you guys were saying because I was busy telling people to shut the fuck up because my kid's sleeping. But yeah, two and a half.
I was going to say we couldn't hear him through the headset, so it wasn't
Yes.
bothering us. But don't
No.
wake the fucking kid
Yeah,
up.
I
That's
don't
just
care.
no.
Yeah, I don't care about fucking this shit, dude. My fucking son's sleeping. That's why I'm being quiet. Otherwise, I would be louder, as you well know.
Yes. So, I'm looking around trying to come up with some weird rating system to say meh. So I'll just go meh.
Meh.
Man,
Meh.
It happened. It was a decent match, but shockingly, with these two in the ring, it was not good lucha shit.
La Parka's let us down a couple times in ring.
Yeah,
Semi recently.
it wasn't bad shit. It just wasn't good lucha shit.
Speaking of good lucha shit. Oh wait, what did
We
Meltzer
gotta
rate?
get the Meltzer here. Probably gave it like a fucking 5-star.
oh, you must have loved this 4.5.
2.5.
God damn it!
But speaking about oddly hard objects, we have Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash taking on Rowdy Roddy Piper and the Giant with a baseball bat on a pole tag match.
Those polls were not OSHA approved. When Roddy
did
Piper started immediately climbing it, I was like, this shit is gonna snap and he's gonna fall on his head.
What was this?
I-
What was the why? Like
I-
what?
I just
They
would
kept
like
talking about how it had something to do with Sting.
because it's a bat, but Sting isn't in the match.
Yeah, and the bat had nothing to do with the match. You didn't actually. You could just have somebody bring you a different bat if you wanted. Like you didn't have to pull the one. So, but like it's like that's the only bat. Is that one hanging from the pole? Like I don't. No, that's when it was just like off the rails as far as booking decisions because it was
I
it was
just need to.
a no hold bars. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I need to stop and take a timeout to remind our listening and viewing audience. Vince Russo was not yet a part of WCW
No.
when this happened. This on a pole shit started before Russo. I just want to kind of clear his name a little bit. He's still a schmuck. But the on a pole shit, maybe not all him.
Yeah.
And time in.
Yeah, no. This match was really awful. Like, this was Hulk Hogan, who is awful, and Kevin Nash, who is not very good at all.
But great on Twitter lately.
You have the Giant, who recently had catastrophic neck injuries from Kevin Nash, and then you have Roddy Piper, who's 400 years old at this point already.
That is an understatement.
The booking is as convoluted as you would expect it to be. I hate tag matches where there are no rules and then you still make people tag in and out. What's the point? Like, just make them all tornado matches. If there's not going to be rules, just throw the rules out the window.
There's no rules, but the
I don't
rules
know,
that we
but
keep.
I suddenly want a Falls Count Anywhere match where they go all around the building, but they can still only tag in at their corner.
Yeah.
And you see like somebody sprinting back across the whole building to tag in.
Oh god.
Yeah, and then of course, because the match wasn't convoluted enough, there's a fucky finish where Hogan goads Kevin Nash into doing the power bomb, even though they're on the same team, and then he hits him with the bat, and then the Giant goes rah, and then he runs away. I mean, this was a steaming pile of shit, man. This is a 0.25.
Yeah, this is.
I mean, really bad.
Really bad.
This is the contents of my ashtray.
There's some just absolute horseshit going on the whole time. Quarter star.
Garbage, 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 garbage. Trash.
Mm-hmm.
Meltzer.
It was still slightly more entertaining than the other one, but
it was slightly better than Bulldog.
Yeah,
I mean, it was better. It might have.
It was more entertaining.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. But only in a like, what is this kind of way where I'm just like, I couldn't figure out what was happening and why they had made so much emphasis on this bat and then they never use it really until the last like 30 seconds, and then it's not that big a deal, and they actually never use the bat on the pole for anything.
Okay,
just like
so.
The last I checked, we're about at a 3-way, right? We all kind of gave it a quarter star in one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a full house?
Oh boy.
No, we do not.
No clusterfuck.
Meltzer gave it 1.5 stars. So we only have to drink for us.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Salancha.
It's embarrassing.
Real quick, just to quickly get our minds off of that pile of horseshit. I was talking about Zobi earlier with the Pete Davidson. I just looked over and I realized that I got their like bi-monthly wrestling box. It's 2 8x10s. It was pretty all right. It was one of them. Carrying Cross.
Oh, Carrion. Look at that. Is that? Oh, look at that. It's the 1, 2, 3 kid.
Yeah, he's kind of cool.
That is cool.
That is cool.
I've got an X-Pac.
And as you talk about Zobies, it just made me think, and we're going to go back in time here a little bit. We're going to go back to like the late
Zubaz?
90s, early 2000s. Does anybody remember that drink, Orbits?
Yeah, of course they were delicious
Mm.
with the little
With
balls.
the fucking balls in it, but
Mhm,
not
yeah.
quite boba balls. They were just random
they were
ass
just
balls of
Oh
little
yes, I
cancer.
do. Never
gelatin.
mind.
It was just little
I haven't-
gelatin balls. They
I
were
was
great.
very young.
I used to drink those while eating pickled hot sausages and eating the hot Andy Caps fries. You know what I'm talking about? The Andy Caps,
Oh, I
Andy Cap
love.
hot fries.
I gotta have the hot
I
fries.
love
I
the
gotta
cheddar
send you some
fries.
hot sausages because I have some freshly made.
Oh, dude, I love pickled eggs, pickled sausages.
But
God damn,
I love pickled red onion.
I
love
love the
pickled.
Orbit. I liked the Orbits, but my real drink from that era was the Snapple Elements.
Those were good. The Sobeys were good.
It was like glass bottled, like the Sobe juice, like the Sobe drinks. There was like a pink one that had like a
Mhm.
tiger on it.
Mm-hmm.
Those things were good.
Mm-hmm.
Snapple Elements. I think it was fire that had the dragon fruit in it.
Yep,
That was the shit.
absolutely. Dragon fruit. That one was great.
Well, speaking of dragon fruit, up next we have Raven versus Diamond Dallas Page in a Ravens rules match. This was good.
This was pretty
just
good.
very
This
good.
was pretty good. This one
Yeah.
was not that bad. There was some stupid interferences because it's a
Yep.
Ravens rules match.
Yeah, I mean, and it
But-
makes sense. That's just what the flock does.
But DDP, man, I love that guy. For an old fucker, he could go. He could go and go.
Yeah.
This
it
was
just
And still the
probably-
best man in
Raven-
wrestling.
yeah, I mean, Raven picks up a huge win, you know, even though it is through interference. He goes on to then lose the belt the next night to Goldberg. Obviously,
Mhm.
they just, you know, they set that up with that. But yeah, I mean, there were some creative spots, you know, with weapons and out, you know, outside spots. There was, you know, it was just a good match. It was not what you would expect from WCW, second to last match on the card.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah,
good.
went long enough. You know, I got no complaints. It's a 3.
Solid 3.5 for me. It was a better match than my favorite, so it's got to be right on the same level then.
I'm going to be perfectly honest. I did not make it this far in the pay-per-view. I ran out of goddamn time. So, from what you said, I like Diamond Dallas Page. I dislike Raven. 3.5.
Fuck, man, you just gotta give it a drink. What did Dickbag rate it?
4.
Dick bag.
Hmm.
Dick Bag rated
Yes.
it a 4.
The bag
Tied
of
for
dicks.
highest match of the night.
Yeah, it is. It is. Absolutely, he's right about that. Just the rating's a little high, but I guess we're on a scale, you know. And then what? We're at the main event, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the Nacho
Finally.
Man
The Nacho Man, Chippy
We're-
Savage.
versus Stang.
I was going to go with Stung, but Stang
Macho
works.
Man.
Mr. Stang. Mr. Stang.
Yeah, this wasn't as bad as it could have been. It wasn't great.
No, it was pretty bad, man.
It
Like,
wasn't as bad as
really
it could
not
have
very
been.
good at all.
It could have been so much worse, though. Honestly, I mean, there was a lot of dumb shit. The Miss Elizabeth stuff was stupid. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
The interferences with Nash and fucking all that, and Nash
Yeah.
hitting another one of the scariest looking jackknives.
It
Like he
wasn't
didn't.
that scary, dude.
I don't know. He
think at
just.
all.
I thought so because like he just does this thing where he like gets you up and he just like lets you go at whatever
that's the
angle.
whole jackknife thing.
Yeah, but it's still like he just does it and gets you away, and like he almost landed on his fucking shoulder arm where it could have been really sketchy. Like they don't land flat, and he just did that to Big Show and almost killed him. So
Well, I mean, he dropped him directly on his neck.
yeah, I'm just saying that it was another sketchy looking jackknife. Like I guess all the jackknives are sketchy. Like it's the sketchiest of sketchy moves.
Yeah. yeah, this was what you thought it would be as far as a WCW main event, especially around this time. Hogan wasn't involved, but he was, and who has any idea who likes who and yada yada. I don't know. This was a 1.
Yeah, you're being pretty generous. 3/4,
You liked
7.75.
it.
Yeah, I mean, I said it was better than it could have been. I didn't say I liked it. I said it's better than it could have been.
And it
could
could
have
have been a
been
negative
way worse.
35.
Well, I mean, with this, yeah, it had the potential to be a lot worse than it was. It was not a great match, but it was, yeah, 0.75.
Yeah, I didn't watch the shit, so.
Dozer gives it a half past a freckle.
It was something. Shit happened. Now the real question: did Meltzer like it?
No way.
Yes, he loved it.
No way.
He thought it was mediocre.
He gave it a very solid
2.5. Mediocre. Of course. He liked Sting, man.
He did.
Stang.
Shang.
Oh, that brings us to the end of our evening, I think.
Yeah, don't watch this show. It's not worth it. Nothing worth watching on it. Nothing that stands out. If you want to,
DNW, do not watch.
if you are the kind of person that you need something on TV to fall asleep to, this is great. This is great. Soothing sounds, a great commentary, the sounds of crowds cheering.
Yeah.
No. If I want crowds cheering, that's not when I'm sleeping. I need the applause during some good old fashioned tantric going.
Oh my god, dude! You know what the best is just like getting golf commentary going while you're banging. That's the best, because then it's like, look at that stroke. What a great stroke, man! He really has a good eye on this one.
You absolutely do not put on a comedy special, though.
He's really no. He's really playing the green here. Ooh, he ended up in the sand on that one.
Oh, I thought he would have ended up in the rough.
Yeah, that too. Well, he got a little in the mud on that. When he's in the mud, yeah, his
overall
ball
this was a 1.5 star
dirty.
show.
Yeah, don't watch it. It's not worth watching.
I think you're giving it a half star too many.
Yeah, it was not worth watching. There's some stuff that was fine, but there's nothing that's good or great on it, really.
Yeah, there's not a match to turn the show on for.
I am going to pick any Nitro from this time. Watch that instead.
Yeah, pretty much. You'll probably get more entertaining.
Any Nitro. Plus, you're only watching like an hour and a half once you cut out the commercials. So you're half the time, you much better experience. You'll enjoy it. This, it's shit. I didn't even watch the last 2 matches, and I could tell you, it's shit.
PU, stinky butts.
Yeah.
Well, but somebody else take us out.
Yeah, I was going to say next week we may or may not see you. Who knows? Maybe if we watch Extreme Rules, we'll talk about that because it should be a pretty good show.
I intend to watch it.
I will probably watch it live on Saturday.
That's a big 5 right there.
What the fuck's there a 5?
I don't know. Oh, did I do that?
I don't know.
I thought you did. I was getting ready to do I thought I was about to do the outro.
So. No, I was about to do the outro.
Oh, you were about to. I thought you said someone else do the outro.
So no, I said somebody take us out so I can find it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've been such good shoot. I've been Isaac. Right over here, that's our good friend Shane. Down below, that's the birthday boy, Mr. Dozer. Everybody go online, write nice things about him, so when his job gets the auto search results, they see really good things, and we flood out all of his SGS stuff from the search results. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to this edition of Such Good Shoot. If you are on YouTube, please remember to like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon. Or subscribe to us on your favorite audio catcher. Or finally, if you're on Facebook, leave a comment, like the video, and make sure to share it out to all your friends. Until next time, we have been Such Good Shoot, and have a